Good evening and welcome to Centel Cable Television's coverage of the 1988 Special Olympics, brought to you in part by the Kentucky Bankers Association. I'm George Robbins.
And I'm Kim Allen, and this evening we'll be seeing highlights featuring athletes from across the state competing in the Summer Special Olympics. And George, this is the 20th anniversary of the International Special Olympics.
And Kim, it also marks the 15th year that the Commonwealth of Kentucky has been involved in the Special Olympics. This is the statewide games, giving the kids, the athletes, a chance to compete on an equal level in the Special Olympics. We now take you inside Hanger Field on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University for the opening ceremonies.
Leading the march of athletes is an honor guard made up of U.S. Air Force and Army personnel from Bluegrass Army Depot. Our parade marshals on the field are Army personnel from the Bluegrass Army Depot, and the parade marshal and the parade of athletes are made up of youth group members from White Oak Pond Christian Church. Entering the stadium now are athletes and coaches from Area 1, which includes the counties of Ballard, Callaway, Carlisle, Fulton, Graves, Hickman, Livingston, McCracken, and Marshall. The area coordinators are Gail Wadlington and Chris Kruger. Entering the stadium now, area number 2, which includes the counties of Davis, Hancock, Henderson, McLean, Ohio, Union, and Webster. Now entering the stadium, athletes from area number 3, including the counties of Breckenridge, Grayson, Hardin, LaRue, Marion, Meade, Nelson, and Washington. The area coordinators are Mickey McManaman at Eleanor Mills. Now entering the stadium, the participants from area number 4. Area number 4 includes the counties of Bullitt, Henry, Jefferson, Oldham, Shelby, Spencer, and Trimble. The area number 4 coordinator is Donnie Mounts. The athletes from area number 4. Now entering the stadium, athletes from area number 5. Area 5 includes the counties of Allen, Barron, Butler, Edmondson, Hart, Logan, Metcalf, Simpson, and Warren. The Area 5 coordinators are Joe Verner and Brenda Adams. Now entering the stadium, athletes from area number 6. Area number 6 includes the counties of Bell, Clay, Harlan, Jackson, Knox, Laurel, and Rockcastle. The Area 6 coordinators are Jackie Carey, Doug Strunk, and Mamie Wallace. Now entering the stadium, the athletes of Area number 7. Area number 7 includes the counties of Boone, Campbell, Carroll, Gallatin, Grant, Kenton, Owen, and Pendleton. The Area 7 coordinators are Bonnie Beveridge and Pam Thompson. Now entering the stadium, the athletes from Area number 8. Area number 8 includes the counties of Anderson, Bourbon, Clark, Fayette, Franklin, Harrison, Nicholas, Scott, and Woodford. The area number 8 coordinator is Jackie Uckel. Now entering the stadium, the athletes of area number 9. Area 9 includes the counties of Bath, Bracken, Fleming, Lewis, Mason, Menifee, Montgomery, Morgan, Robertson, and Rowan. The Area 9 coordinator is Alice Taylor. Now entering the stadium, the athletes of Area number 10. Area 10 includes the counties of Breathitt, Knott, Lee, Leslie, Letcher, Owsley, Perry, and Wolf. The area coordinators are Agnes Cottle and Jenny Grigsby. And now entering the stadium, the athletes from area number 11. Area number 11 includes the counties of Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and Pike. And now entering the stadium, the athletes of area number 12. Area number 12 includes the counties of Adair, Casey, Clinton, Cumberland, Greene, McCreary, Pulaski, Russell, Taylor, and Wayne. The Area 12 coordinator is Peggy Owens. Now entering the stadium from area number 13. Area 13, including the counties of Boyd, Carter, Elliott, Greenup, and Lawrence. The Area 13 coordinator is Pete Fraley. Now entering the stadium, the athletes from area number 14. Area 14 includes the counties of Caldwell, Christian, Crittenden, Hopkins, Lyon, Muhlenberg, and Todd. The area coordinator is Jim Hilrich. The athletes of area number 15. Area number 15 includes the counties of Boyle, Estill, Garrett, Jessamine, Lincoln, Madison, Mercer, and Powell. Coordinators are Paula Vanover and Urban Vanover. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me now in giving one united welcome to all of our 1988 Kentucky Special Olympic athletes.
I'm happy to be here tonight and to be a part of this very special event. I would like now to introduce Miss Elizabeth McDowell, Miss Kentucky 1988. She will sing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the The torch will be lit by two Madison County Special Olympians, Brian Roth of the Mark Center and David Weissman of Berea Community School. And there it goes. It is hard to top that. I have the great pleasure now of introducing two very special athletes, Mr. John Jackson, former offensive tackle for the EKU Colonels and now playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Mr. Michael Roberts from the Cerebral Palsy School of Louisville, who will represent the Special Olympians at the Olympic Games in Seoul, Korea this summer. These athletes will lead all our Olympians in the Special Olympics oath.
You ready?
I hit my arm.
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I want everybody to say this. So everybody can hear us. Ready? Let me win.
I hit my arm.
If I cannot win,
I hit my arm.
let me be brave in the attempt.
I hit the wall. I have my arm with that. I hit my wall. I hit. It was my wall. I hit. I hit.
Wait a minute. I've got a special presentation to make. This is from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've got a hat and a Pittsburgh Steelers t-shirt. Thank you.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. It's summer, the children will play. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Carol.
Some athletes have all the advantages. People who love them. Determination. Pride in their accomplishments. And a joy in their hearts so special. It's no wonder they call it Special Olympics.
The Kentucky Special Olympics touches the lives of so many, young and old, healthy and handicapped. The Kentucky Bankers Association is proud to be a premier sponsor of the Kentucky Summer Special Olympics.
There are a lot of things going on with the Kentucky Special Olympics, and it's a difficult job to keep everything in line. But one Max Apple discusses with Kim Allen.
Max, talk about your involvement when you first got involved with Special Olympics.
Well, Kim, I started actually as a college student. One of our professors challenged us to get involved as a volunteer, and that was over 11 years ago. And so I spent several years as a volunteer in this program. And then it was my fortune to be hired by the staff 6 years ago, and I've been on the professional staff now for 6 years.
You'd like to talk about how the Special Olympics have changed since you've been involved.
Well, I think we've really improved, Kim. Our numbers have increased. We're now reaching over 12,000 athletes in the state of Kentucky. However, it is our goal to, by 1991, to have 24,000 people involved in our program. So we're very involved in an outreach program right now. I think our staff has grown. I think we're providing a better quality program for our athletes. I know our athletes are better trained now than when I first began. We have a larger emphasis on training our athletes so that they can reach their maximum capabilities. I just think the overall program has improved tremendously. And we have over 2,000 athletes here today. We have 600 volunteer coaches, several hundred family members, and utilizing about 1,000 volunteers. So it takes quite a bit of organizational structure. We started over a year ago planning this weekend event, and as soon as this event concludes tomorrow, we will gather and start making notes for next year's event. So it's quite an undertaking, and all the hard work and the heartaches and the headaches pay off on a beautiful day like this when you see the smiles on the athletes' faces. This is going to be the largest event in the history of Kentucky Special Olympics. One of the reasons is we are serving more athletes, but another reason is that Eastern Kentucky University can house more people than any other state university, so there's more dormitory space available. That enabled us to invite more people to these games.
Now, from the volunteer aspects, what part do volunteers play in this?
Well, really, they are the Special Olympic movement. Over 90% of the manpower that powers this program known as Special Olympics is volunteerism. So we rely very heavily on that volunteer spirit. They come out and work all our committee structures. They time, they score, they do everything. And I think it's a good opportunity for them, Kim, to get hands-on experience with our population. I think a lot of them have misconceptions and barriers built up in their minds because they haven't worked with our population. And through Special Olympics, it gives them a chance to meet these people, to find out how friendly and loving they are, and they'll walk away from here this weekend with a better understanding of what mental retardation is all about. So I think we're doing a better job of getting our program out in the public eye, people understanding that we do need help, what we're trying to accomplish. The Special Olympics is an athletic program in the truest sense of the word, but it also provides socialization, education, recreation, and integration.
So this is a very special time for the athletes.
Oh, very special. They've been training, working very hard. They've competed locally, then on the area level, and now they've got to what we call, or they call, state competition. And again, the competition is important. They want to win just as much as any athlete. But again, we'll have a victory dance tonight, and they're all excited about the dance. They're excited about meeting new friends. They're excited about being on a new university campus. For many of them, it's the first time they've been away from home for an extended period of time. So there's a lot of pluses. So this is a very exciting time.
And for these athletes, the benefits from the Special Olympics will go far beyond this weekend.
I agree 100%, Kim. I think the self-esteem and the self-confidence that's built in the athletic arena can't help but carry over into their schoolroom, in their homes, and on the job as we try to get jobs for our people. So yes, I think that we can't look at this as just an athletic program because it does carry far beyond that.
It can be a big confidence builder.
It's your confidence is what it's all about. You know, a lot of people think people with mental retardation can't accomplish tasks. We can prove that through Special Olympics that they can. Several years ago, it was thought that people with mental retardation couldn't play team sports. Well, we've proven that wrong. I think through Special Olympics, we've shown the world that these people, when given a chance, can accomplish about anything they're asked.
You see the Special Olympics then as kind of a barrier breaker.
I think so, and I think that's one of the reasons we move these games around every 2 years to a new community, is to break down some of those barriers and misconceptions that people have. It's one of the best public relations tools we have. Again, when we leave here, Richmond and the surrounding communities will know more about Special Olympics and they'll know more about mental retardation, and that will carry on in the local community long after we're gone.
Now, the kids benefit a lot, the athletes do, but others benefit from this as well, right?
Well, I think the families benefit a lot, Kim, and we really think that's an important ingredient of this, in the success of Special Olympics. A few years ago, they may have been ashamed or embarrassed that they had a child with mental retardation. I don't think that's true anymore. I see a lot of cheering parents. They're proud of the accomplishments of their children now. They're encouraging them. They're helping them to train. They make sure that they have travel to these events. So I think the families are very important aspect of the games, and they benefit quite a bit from these games just as well as the athletes themselves. Again, I remember when I first came on, a lot of families didn't accompany their sons and daughters to these events. Now we had a section last night at opening ceremonies just for families. Just behind us, a family luncheon with 250 members just walked out of here, had guest speakers at a family luncheon talking about trends and what's going to happen in the field of mental retardation. So I think the families are really getting together over this.
What advice would you have for someone with a special child or anyone who wants to volunteer to become part of the Special Olympics?
Well, I'd like for them to call me at our office toll free. It's 1-800-633-7403. I'll repeat that because it's important. It's toll free at 1-800-633-7403. Call us and let us know what their interest lies in. We'll get them in touch with a local volunteer, a coordinator in their community or in a nearby county, and let them get involved right there in their community. Or if they'd like to get involved on a statewide basis, then we'll certainly lead them in the right direction.
It's not too early to start for the next Olympics, right?
That's definitely. We'd like to invite everyone to get involved.
You know, in Special Olympics, we talk a lot about the family and how the family is supposed to be involved. I think this is the epitome of what the Special Olympics are all about. With me right now, I think we have Andersons, we have the Harkle Roads. You have to be awfully proud of this young man. He's got 3 gold medals.
Oh, we are. We are very proud of him. He works very hard all year long.
How long does it take, you know? It has to be considerably time-consuming.
Well, we go swimming twice a week, and he swims about 45 minutes with a regular swim coach, and then we start from there and come to Special Olympics.
Now, you practice for Special Olympics all year long. Is this like the highlight of the entire year, I guess?
Yes, it is.
How many other things are you involved with? It's great to see the family involved like this.
Well, he's in the summer games, and in the summer games he does swimming. Then he participates in the winter games, and he ice skates, and then he snow skis. He also horseback rides, and he's in a special handbell choir.
Granted, this is the Special Olympics, and you think handicapped children. That's not the case here at all, I don't think. Who knows?
Well, he does really well in all of them, and we're really proud parents.
Jack, you have to be awfully proud right now.
Sure are. All of us are. Brad leaves us this way each year, and he does the ultimate each year in the summer games. We are proud of him.
The family is extremely important with Special Olympics. I think it's great that the family shows support for Brad. Do you have this kind of showing all year long? I guess everyone is involved, aren't they?
All year long. We sure do. That's, I guess, probably one of the big things in our life is the Special Olympics. And, of course, Brad is Special Olympics.
When did you get involved with Special Olympics?
Oh, yeah, 10 years ago, I suppose. It doesn't seem that long.
Do you have plans of continuing on competing on this level?
Sure, yeah.
It doesn't look like he's going to do much better than what he's done now. 3 gold medals. Do you have any goals? I guess just the sport.
Brad's, yes, Brad's 18, and he'll be going to school until he's 21. And then after, those are things, right now after 21, we're thinking right now, what can we do after 21? And that's always a big problem for parents with special kids. And we've looked into vocational programs, and we really haven't decided what we're going to do in that area. But as far as his physical activities, I would imagine we'll continue to do what we've been doing with him. And as they get older, we wonder, do they regress somewhat in the physical activities? But Brad, so far, he's staying right up there. He's not falling behind. So we hope that he continues to do the same.
Now, I think these people behind me are going to make sure that he has plenty of things to do after he's 21, right? Okay, now you've been telling everybody that you're the favorite aunt, right?
That's exactly right. You ask Brad, he'll tell you.
Is she the favorite aunt?
Yeah?
Well, you're right. Where did you come from, and when did you start following the Special Olympics?
We're from Chattanooga, but we started following Brad, I guess, really from the very first when he started participating in Special Olympics. But I guess Red and I started about 6 years ago, coming to Kentucky to the state games. And we just fell in love with them, and we come to see Brad every year because we're very proud of him. every time he's a winner.
Okay, now, if she's going to be Brad's favorite aunt, I guess you have to be the favorite uncle.
I believe I have to be the favorite uncle. Brad does have a nickname for me. What is my nickname, Brad?
Uncle Red.
Okay, Uncle Red's good, but most of the time he calls me Turkey Head. I don't know what. This got started several years ago, and he never has forgotten it. He really hasn't. But I've seen Brad grow both physically and mentally, and this year, the guy, he just absolutely made up so much time out there. He was so strong this year. It's heartwarming to see how he has done.
It's very rewarding to see the athletes trying the way they do.
Yes, it seems as all of them, they go 250% at all times. You never see any of them back up at all.
Now, I said family earlier. You guys aren't related at all. You're just, you're fans. You're following, like, you're from Chattanooga, so I assume that you're not from Chattanooga. You're from Louisville.
I met Brad 6 years ago working with his mother in school, and have come to follow Brad and just love him to pieces, and he's doing wonderful.
All right, and you're from?
Louisville, friends of Brad. This is my first Special Olympics, and I've really enjoyed it. And we're very proud of Brad also.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot. We really appreciate you being with us. Congratulations, and we'll see you next year at the Special Olympics.
Thanks. Super, Brad. Proud
This
of
is what the Special Olympics is all about. You want to have a round of applause for this guy right here? The Special Olympics, the family, is what it's all about.
With us now is Ona Workman of Dayton, Kentucky, who's the mother of one of our Special Olympians, Deanna. And Ona, if you'd like to talk first about what it's like being the parent of a special child.
Well, it's a very special thing. I enjoy it. I mean, it's something that happened, but I overcame it, and I got involved and worked with her, and I really enjoy it. It's a thrill to be with these kids. It really is.
If you'd like to talk about your work with special children.
Well, I got involved with special ed, like I said, because of my daughter, and I became a bus driver for special education children, and I bus them all over, and I also am a teacher's aide to learn more about her and other children, to deal with them and work with them, and like I said, it's really great.
Has this helped you, being a parent of a special child, to learn more about it?
Yes, it really has. Anybody who has a child that has some kind of a handicap, it's great, to really get involved with them. You learn more that way. And it's just, like I said, it's very rewarding.
Do you think sometimes parents of special children maybe are angry or confused about why their child is handicapped and may try to run away from it and not work with their children?
I've experienced that a lot working with children and their parents. They try to hide them, and they're very upset and they don't know how to deal with it, but they've got to get out in the open, and they've got to meet other people and talk to other parents, because there's more people out there that are like them.
You see, this is a very special time for Deanna and all the Special Olympians.
Yes, it is. It's very exciting.
Now, that is also for the parents as well.
Oh, yes. I love it. I really do. When we started out, they invited her, and she was thrilled to go, and then they needed an extra coach, and I volunteered to come, and I drove for them, and I love it. I'm glad I came. It's really worthwhile.
Now, to other parents of special children and to anyone in general that likes to get involved, would you recommend working with Special Olympics?
Oh, yes. Anybody. I mean, if you have a child that's special, or even if you don't, you're really missing something if you don't get out here and work with these kids, because they have a special love, and they just can express it so well. They will be able to see how hard these kids have to work to maybe just write something or type something, or even to feed themselves, and they struggle very hard and to combat that. And to them it's great. I mean, it's a hard struggle, but they keep working, and sometimes I wish I had their desire to go on like they do.
What would it benefit someone to come and see these Special Olympics, even if they don't have a special child?
Well, I think it'll give them a lot of love and compassion for these kids, that they have like I said, the desire and the strength to do the things that they do. It takes a lot for these kids, and like I said, especially the ones in wheelchairs and the real severe ones. But they've got guts, they got heart, and they get out there and they work hard. And just if they only go a few steps, that it means a great deal to them. And I think that people would really love to see that.
So when you leave these Special Olympics, you're going to carry a lot of memories with you?
Oh, yes, I really am. I'm going to love every minute of it. And I hope I get to come back next year with them. I'm really looking forward to it.
With me now are Carolyn and this is Holly Martin, and we're here at the Special Olympics. Now, Holly has been involved in several competitions today, and as we can see with her medals, she's done quite well. You want to tell us about those?
Well, her gold medal was for the 5-meter creepy crawl race, and her silver medal is for the tennis ball throw.
How does it feel as a parent to be watching your child, Holly, competing in the Special Olympics?
Well, I'm very proud of Holly. She does very well. She gives it 100%, and most all the athletes, they give it 100%, and they just get out there and just really try with just everything they've got.
Pride, I think, is a word that comes up quite a bit when you talk to parents concerning their children involved in the Special Olympics. There has to be a special feeling toward the child as far as the parent is concerned.
I think so. A lot of time, parents, well, they really have to accept that their child is handicapped and that there's a lot of things that they're not going to be able to do. And then when they do that, then just go on and participate in whatever they can do to their ability and just have a good time at it.
How do you feel about the Special Olympic competition?
Well, I think it's great. I think it gives these children and adults things that they can do and that they can be proud of. They're all proud of these medals and ribbons, and they just have a good time at it.
At times, I'm sure it's rewarding. At other times, you know, you realize that, hey, this is going to be every day. How do you cope with that?
Well, really, I just take it like one day at a time, and that's, you know, we get through one day and then we just move on to the next day and see what's going to happen.
Some athletes have all the advantages. People who love them. Determination. Pride in their accomplishments. And a joy in their hearts so special. It's no wonder they call it Special Olympics.
The Kentucky Special Olympics touches the lives of so many, young and old, healthy and handicapped. The Kentucky Bankers Association is proud to be a premier sponsor of the Kentucky Summer Special Olympics.
With me now, Dave Kirchner, State Executive Director for the Special Olympics. And Dave, this isn't your first big rodeo. You've been around. Without giving away your age, you want to tell us how you got involved and how long you have been associated with Special Olympics?
I'd be glad to, George. I've been involved with the program since 1972, and this is my 16th Summer Games. Can't help but give away my age a little bit when we talk about 16 years, but I got involved when I came back to Louisville after college. Simply because this was a program that I saw that was attractive to me. The people that we were working with in Special Olympics were good people. Our Olympians are some of the finest individuals I've had the privilege to know over the past 16 years. And they really deserved a chance to be able to display skills they'd learned. And so Special Olympics gave me an opportunity to lend my talents and to learn their talents to work in this program.
Obviously, there are a lot of people that feel the same way you do. I know you would like to have more, but the volunteers, such as college students, blue-collar workers, professional people, and also the families that are involved in Special Olympics, it's rewarding for everyone.
Well, it's rewarding for everyone, but it's also very important that we have volunteers, because the unique thing about Special Olympics is that it's all volunteer. Everything that we see going on here this weekend at the Summer Games here at Eastern Kentucky University are coordinated and facilitated by volunteers. Our coaches that have worked all year long are volunteers. The people that have transported the athletes are volunteers. And I think the family here supporting that effort has become very important in our program. We've had a large turnout of families, our largest in our history for these games. And we hope that's a good sign that families are going to start becoming more involved with their Special Olympians who participate in this program.
Dave, getting involved in Special Olympics in 1972, here it is 1988. How has Special Olympics evolved, and where would you like to see Special Olympics in the future?
Well, if we were to look at 1972 at what we were doing in Special Olympics, we'd find that we were really providing just a day in the sun. We were not very good at training our athletes, and we did not really run quality competition for them. We weren't sure in 1972 where we were going with Special Olympics, but today that's a whole different picture. We have a very clear direction. This is a sports training and competition program for people who are mentally retarded. We are very concerned about the fact that these athletes get the same quality training that any athlete in the state of Kentucky would receive through a high school or other amateur sports program. We're also very concerned that we provide quality competition, whether it's at the local level, at the area level, which are games that take place throughout the state, and at these chapter level events that we hold throughout the year. We want this competition to be something that these athletes and their families feel is every bit as good as their brothers or sisters have had when they've gone to college or competed in NCAA games.
In Special Olympics, I've noticed throughout the weekend that everyone is talking about the family. The family, of course, is very important with Special Olympics. How do you become involved?
Well, obviously we're in the process now of starting to communicate better with families who have children or adults involved in our program. We're setting up family committees throughout the state. Each of our area programs is starting to initiate a family committee. We are eagerly seeking families to take an active role in what we're trying to accomplish for their sons and daughters in Special Olympics. And those families can get involved in a lot of ways. They can talk to someone locally, whether it be a coach or a coordinator. They'll know the family committee in their own community. But they can also call our chapter office on a toll-free number that we make widely available throughout the year through broadcasts like this, and we can point that family in a direction where they can support their athlete and other athletes through involvement on family committees. Because I believe that these athletes are equal every day. We don't always treat them equally, and I think that's where the concern is this is an event where the general population treats these athletes equally the way they should be treated every day. And we feel like that the more events we do like this, and the better we do them, and the better trained our athletes are, then the better chance we have of those athletes being treated equally in their everyday fact of life, and their work situation, their school situations, and when they want to recreate in the community. Every parent feels that their son or daughter deserves the very best when they're growing up. Not all of us as parents can provide the very best in everything, but these athletes as individuals deserve the same kinds of opportunities that any family would want for their son or daughter. The best possible athletic program, the best possible school program for that individual that meets his or her needs, the opportunities that life affords us in recreation pursuits, and being able to go out into the community and enjoy ourselves and have meaningful employment. Our families in Special Olympics are no different than my parents were with me, or probably your parents were with you. The only trouble is that for these athletes, obtaining that kind of equality and experience is a little bit more difficult, and we're hoping the families, by involvement in Special Olympics, are going to help bring that about a little bit quicker.
There have to be other ways to get involved with Special Olympics, however.
Oh, there are a lot of ways. We've got a lot of special ed majors here involved. We've got a lot of recreation majors, and that's what you normally think of when you see a student getting involved in a program like ours. But we also have economics majors. We've got people in the business portion of the college here. We have people in the community from corporate organizations and retail stores and all walks of life. So it's not just that special link up through education, but it's people that I think first of all have a sincere interest in improving the quality of life for people around them and being part of that process of giving people an opportunity to enjoy the same things in life that they have. And that doesn't come necessarily from educational or business training or what your walk of life is. I think that comes from the heart, and those are the kind of people that get involved in our program.
You mentioned the heart. I think that's where everything starts here with Special Olympics and handicapped children.
Well, it does start in the heart, and it's a part of that realization that you've got to give a special effort to make something like this available for people that deserve it. But also, I think in the heart, we also realize there are a lot of lessons being learned out here this weekend and throughout the year in our program. Those are lessons that if you strive and if you work hard, you can accomplish things, but you aren't guaranteed to win in life. We have a lot of athletes out here that are not winning races, but they're being treated as champions simply for giving that effort. And I'd like to take just a minute, George, to tell you a little bit about how strongly I believe in our athletic philosophy, and that is that philosophy of treating everyone as a competitor with dignity and not looking at someone because they lose as being not worth as much as the winner. Special Olympics, I think, has a lot to show the world about how competition can be healthy for everyone who takes part. It's not necessarily based on how fast you are, how strong you are, how far you can throw, but the fact that you have made that decision to put your best foot forward and made the decision to put your athletic ability on the line, and there's really something to that for all of us. We don't have to win, we have to make that first step.
How many watches do you have now? Ooh, I like it. I like this one.
And I work here on campus, so it was really easy for me to hear about Special Olympics. And it's such a big event, it was hard not to volunteer. And they need like over 1,000 people to help run it. So I've never done anything like this. I thought it would be really fun to come out, and it has been. I was, a little nervous at first, but they talked it over with you, the people that run Special Olympics. So you're not nervous about dealing with the kids, and the kids are great. I mean, they just want to hug you all the time, and they're real lovable. And it's just been a great time overall.
And so I'm really enjoying this, and these handicapped children are just giving their hearts to this.
With me now, Harmon Leedy from Prestonsburg, Kentucky. And Harmon, this is a very special time of year for you and your daughter, Jackie.
It sure is. Well, it gives me, great pleasure to have the opportunity to bring my daughter and some of the other children to something that they very seldom get a chance to do, and that's compete.
We were talking earlier about how you felt that maybe the public needs to become more aware of Special Olympics, and not necessarily Special Olympics, but handicapped children in general.
Yes. The public needs to know that these children have the same rights as any other child. God put them here to fulfill their potential, the same as He put us here. And they have that right to try and fulfill the potential to the best of their ability.
Harmon, you have 4 children.
Right.
All girls.
Right.
They grow up, they move on, they go their separate ways.
Right.
However, Jackie, more than likely, will be with you the rest of your lives.
We hope someday that Jackie will be to the point where Jackie can take care of Jackie. Maybe with the aid of another person or something, to where maybe someday that she may be able to live in her own apartment with the assistance of another person. But these are things in the future,
Hopes and dreams.
Today we work one day at a time, just trying to progress a little further and to teach her more and more each day in the direction of being able to function in this world.
There are other parental support groups in Prestonsburg, Area 11, where you're from.
Yes, we have 3 parent support groups located there now that's just getting started. And I would tremendously love to see every parent that has a handicapped child attend one of these support groups. They're good for the parents, they're good for the children. They let the parents know what the laws are for their children and what they have to do in order to get help for their children.
This is a special time for Jackie with the Special Olympics, and it has to be even special for you and your wife, Betty.
It's tremendous. I mean, this is fantastic. This is the time of the year that my daughter gets to do by herself what she can do.
Harmon, if someone wanted to volunteer their time to work with Special Olympics, to work with handicapped children, how do they get involved?
We urge people to get involved. You don't necessarily have to have a handicapped child, but we do definitely want the parents of handicapped children to get involved. Anyone out there that wants to help another person, another human being, can get involved real easy. I mean, we can use all the volunteer help we can get. We can use all the support we can get. We need backing from businesses. We need financial backing, but mainly we need people.
All it takes is love and time.
If you have a little time and you have a whole lot of love for people and you have a lot of patience, then you need to get involved with handicapped children, because the reward is just, it can't be expressed, the rewards that you'll get from working with the handicapped children and seeing the improvements in them and the advancements in them.
Harmon, thank you for coming to the Special Olympics. I know she had a chance to compete and even got a gold medal.
Got 2 gold medals.
Got 2 gold medals.
Right.
You have to be awfully proud.
We're real proud of her, and we're proud of every child that's here. And I've just been busting with joy since the moment we got here to see all these children putting every ounce of effort that they have into everything that they did and they're doing now.
We're talking with the teacher of the multi-handicapped unit at Prestonsburg Elementary School, David Evans. Are they really excited about their Olympics?
Oh, they really are. I mean, most of the kids that I deal with have a relatively low IQ, and a lot of it classified severe and profoundly retarded. But still, just to see the joy on their face, they know that they've accomplished something. You know, they clap their hands and they smile and they, squeal and laugh, and they know that they've really accomplished something.
Does this give them a chance to be equal now, when a lot of times their peers, they're so far behind in so many areas, but this gives them a chance to shine in their own right?
Right, that's true, because the able-bodied children, they have plenty of sports. They have the basketball and Little League baseball and the Pee Wee football and all, but these children really don't have any recreational type of outlet. And so the Special Olympic gives them a way to participate as a group and to compete against each other in a friendly competition and become winners that way.
I think this is something they'll keep in mind always, something they'll never forget.
I would hope so, yeah. They'll take their medals home and their ribbons home, and I think they'll, remember the good times they had at Special Olympics.
Now, some of the spectators here are the people hearing about the Special Olympics. Do you have advice for someone, either a parent of a special child or just anyone in general that's interested in working with special children?
Well, I think it's extremely important for the parents to get involved. I think before you can have a successful Special Olympics program, you have to have the parent involvement. And I would suggest that the parents contact the teacher of the classroom or the county coordinator of the special education and talk to them about Special Olympics.
To someone interested in becoming involved, talk about some of the benefits of being involved with Special Olympics.
Oh, there's nothing like it, It just gives you a really warm feeling, to be there this morning and see these kids, in wheelchairs and with severe handicaps, and just to see the smile on their face. It's wonderful, and they're struggling and they're trying so hard, and everybody's clapping and cheering them on. And it's just, there's no feeling like it in the world, just to feel that you're a small part of that, and to see the effort and the determinations they put forth. It's just really, I think that once somebody does become involved and they see the kids and how they react, I think you get hooked on it, become addicted to it, and you don't want to quit.
For me, it's great. Just the best part about it was yesterday.
What happened?
It was just the Grand March, the Air Force planes that went over. I mean, that just took my heart. And then they had the jumpers from the helicopter. They'd put on a show for the kids. It was great. Got you right here, down deep, real deep.
Being around all of the handicapped children here at Special Olympics, knowing that you're not alone, has to be comforting for the entire family too, knowing that there are other people there to support you.
I don't really feel alone. I have Harmon and I have my kids, and they really back us 100%, and everybody does. I mean, I don't feel alone.
Betty, being the mother of a handicapped child, you have to have reasons for wanting other people to become involved. Not necessarily because they have handicapped children, but it's a special child. And you have to be able to tell people this is why you should get involved. It's rewarding.
Right, and I think that if everybody that could have been here and seen this, what has happened yesterday and today, they would know what it is. It's, my child, to me, is the greatest gift I've ever had. That's the way I feel. She's kept me going. There's times when I think that I can't go on, but I look at her and I know I can. And I've had people say to me, I know how you feel. People don't know how I feel. Just like I said, if everybody could have been here and just seen what's happened today and yesterday, they would all know that this is special, very special. Not just this one, but all of them. It's just, it gets you and I don't know, it's just.
The Kentucky Special Olympics touches the lives of so many, young and old, healthy and handicapped. The Kentucky Bankers Association is proud to be a premier sponsor of the Kentucky Summer Special Olympics.
Some athletes have all the advantages. People who love them. Determination. Pride in their accomplishments. And a joy in their hearts so special. It's no wonder they call it Special Olympics.
You know, the competition is a lot of fun for the athletes, but the fun really continues on into the nighttime.
That's right. We're going to take you now to the dances here at the Special Olympics.
Kim, I know for me it's been a very interesting and rewarding weekend here at the Special Olympics, and We hope you have had a chance to understand a little more about what the Special Olympics are all about.
And the spirit and the enthusiasm of these special games is something you'll never forget, George.
It certainly is, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedicated athletes to put on the Special Olympics. And we want you to keep in mind, if you would like to volunteer your time, be sure to contact any of the special education people in your home county, and we hope to see you next year at the Special Olympics.
Would you care to lend a hand to help me through the day? Would you care to share a smile and help me on my way? You see, they say I'm special. Would you like to be my friend? I promise I will run my race. I'll see you at the end. I need a special friend to care for me, someone to hold my hand, someone that I can lean upon, someone who understands. They say I'm not like the other kids, but I know I'm not alone. As long as you believe in me, I can make it on my own. Sometimes I get so tired, but I know I have to try. It's easy to get down on life and sometimes even cry. That's why I need a special friend, someone to care for me, someone who wants to help me grow to be what I can be. I need a special friend to care for me, someone to hold my hand, someone that I can lean upon, someone who understands. They say I'm not like the other kids, but I know I'm not alone. As long as you believe in me, I can make it